Hi YouTube, please give me a moment while I go live on Facebook. It'll take just 1 second, please. Hope you're doing well. And I think we're live on Facebook. Hi everybody, welcome to the Strategic Swing Trader. I am Sami Abu Saad, Director of Education at T3 Live. Again, hope you're doing well, hope you're having good weekends so far. We're gonna get started by taking a look at the market and then going over some swing ideas for next week. But before we start, as always, a standard required disclaimer to let you know that trading is risky and that whatever we discuss is for educational purposes only. If you'd like to download a copy of my free ebook, link for that is in the description below the video. Also in the description of the video, I copied and pasted the list that I'm about to go over. So go down to the description and copy it, paste it into your watch list, and let's get started. This is going to be a quick video. I'm watching Shiba. I'm in it. I have 600 million coins, which is not a lot. It's like 25K in terms of coins. But it's going a little crazy, so I want to be quick because I'd like to take half. It's up over 50% overnight. So I'd like to exit half sooner rather than later. This video is going to be quick and easy, and we'll start by going over the market. If you find benefit in today's video, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button. That helps support our channel online. And if you have any questions for us, reach out by emailing customer service info@t3live.com. Again, info@t3live.com. The market, very easy in terms of next week. The buy setup on the weekly chart of the SPY, the Qs worked. The Qs is showing relative weakness because some of the tech stocks got hurt, like Facebook, Google got hit also. But then Tesla is counteracting that. But at any rate, so the SPY is stronger, but the buy setup worked. I wasn't sure it was going to work, but it worked. And now we're at the all-time high. The bias for next week should be easy. If we take this bar's low out, which is Friday's low, which is on the SPY, is 451, then I would expect to get a drop. Okay. Now, how big of a drop? It depends. It's going to be day to day, probably to 448 on the SPY. The Qs is again weaker. Already broke the uptrend a little bit on the hourly chart. So if we break Friday's low, we might be going all the way back down to 367 or so. So again, if we break the low, then I'd be bearish for a couple days probably. And if we take out the base, then bullish. So again, the bias is really easy. Under the base, bearish for a few days. Above the base, all out bullish. Okay? The same on the SPY. But the SPY is much stronger than the Qs. And that's it. The bias is similar, the same, except that the SPY is stronger. In terms of the swing ideas for next week, I'm going to have to, if you don't mind, okay, I just want to take a look, because it's getting a little climactic. Shiba. All right, that's a cryptocurrency, obviously, if you're not familiar. And this is the beautiful thing about technical analysis before I get started, is that, I'm buying probably a worthless coin. It's not something that has any value almost, but it put in a really nice base breakout, triggered me in long at like 29 cents, 29.50, I believe, 29.60 to be exact, and it's almost doubled since. It hasn't really, from my entry, it hasn't. So from 29 to 45, it's getting up there. If it gets to 60, it'll have doubled. So that's the beautiful thing about technical analysis. It doesn't matter what the intrinsic value is. What matters is the charts, and if the charts are good, then who cares? And this is it's not 45 cents. It's 0.00004521. So 600 million coins is like, again, probably about 25K or so. But every time it moves up from 45 to 46, that's $600 basically. Not a penny, I don't know what it is, right? Is $600. So that's how I'm calculating my PNL. Unfortunately, Coinbase, which is what I use for crypto trading, doesn't have a gain or loss PNL column. So if I want to track my PNL, I have to like just do the math. But doesn't really have any place that shows the open PNL, which is stupid. But at any rate, let's get started. So AIV, AIV played it 2-3 times in the past, at least 2-3 times, probably more than that. This chart is squished a little bit because I'm on logarithmic scaling, on arithmetic scaling. I played it on the gap down, and then I played it on the breakout multiple times, like here, there, multiple times. It worked, I think, every single time probably, and then now it's starting to look good again. It's not quite, I don't feel it quite ready, but I'm gonna be watching it for next week, and I like it over 5. I thought it was 557. 557. So I like it over 557, and then with a stop under 726. Okay, not 757. Stop under 726. Okay. In terms of target, don't know. Just to hold for now. Longer term play. ALC has a base. It's base for 3 days in a row. So over the base long, stop under the base, and target about $85. Okay, on the ALC. All right. The AVIR is okay. This is a gap fade. I called it long over the 5-minute on this day in the strategic day trader room, so it did amazingly well. And I noticed that when gap downs, big gap downs get bought, they can keep going. So that's when I called it long. That was a few days ago, last week. And then it just went up, and I mean, it doubled, I think. Maybe not doubled, but went up a lot. It didn't double. So that's the AVIR. Now it's trying to do a higher low. What I don't like about it is the fact that it's under the 20 on the hourly. So I always like them to reclaim the 20 and then do the next buy setup. But I'm afraid this might, this is going to pop and not give me a way in. So I like it enough to do over 1277, over 1280, stop under 1170. Okay, 73. Target 1 would be 16, target 2 could be 25. Okay, so that's the AVIR. DAR, and not every big gap down is a buy. I mean, I'm short I don't remember the symbol now. I'd have to go to look at my account. GRTX, I believe GRTX. So they gapped 70. AVIR and GRTX both gapped about 73% on that day. Got bought a little bit, but ended up getting sold at the end of the day. And I just got short this on Friday, just 2 days ago. So I'm not looking to buy every gap down. It just depends on the setup. So this one I'm short. AVIR, I'm looking to play long. DAR looks amazingly strong. If you look at the weekly chart, wow, that looks like it's going to break out. So I like it a lot, and I like it more as a longer term play. Look at the monthly on this. So over the base, okay, like it a lot. Stop under the green bars low as a longer term play. Now on the daily chart, over 78, 79, 78.52, and stop under 75.30. But that's a tight stop. That's a really tight stop if one is playing the weekly. Okay, or the monthly, longer term play. Like it a lot. DB, I've liked the DB, which is obviously a bank, biggest German bank, for a while, but didn't get the chance to play it, and it got away from me. Okay, and now it's put in a pullback on the monthly, and the entry should have been over 13.25, but I don't think it's too late. So I like it long over 13.64, stop under 13.42. Okay, on the DB. Now, next on the list is the ELAN, which has a base breakout setting up. I like it over 34.22, stop under the last 2 bars, the lower of the 2. So under 33.40. So over 34.22, stop under 33.40, and target about 36 to 37 on the ELAN. EPIX triggered on Friday, but not too late at all. Like it over 911. 911, stop under 815. I played this over here long, and it was disappointing because it didn't get to any kind of target, and I had to get out of it, which I did over here. Okay, well, it made some money, but if it had gotten to the 20 on the daily, it would have been amazing, right? So possibly goes back up. See that weekly double bottomed, so I like it. Maybe to 1170 on the EPIX. Merck has a 123 on the daily, didn't go anywhere on Friday, so if it takes out 8150, like higher, stop under 80, 88, and target about $84 on the Merck. Pfizer, another vaccine play. Played the Pfizer earlier this year when it went crazy, but I got shaken out. I'm not sure which bar shook me out, like this bar, that bar, I don't remember. And now it came in very hard. I don't usually like to play a deep pullback like this, but I also feel it probably is at a bottom. So as long as one is willing to give it room, I think this is a good area to get into Pfizer, back into Pfizer. It does need to take out at least last week's high, which is 43.20. Okay, 43.35, let's just say. So I like it over 43.35. Stop, the tightest stop would be under 42.40, and then the wider, safer stop would be under 40.94. And then target 1 would be about 47. Target 2 would be the prior top at $50. So that's Pfizer. RJF has a 1-2-3 pattern, which is the igniting bar, the narrow range bar. We like the narrow range bar when it's within the range, it stays within the range of the first bar, the top third, but it's not quite, so this is not exactly what I'm looking for, but I think it's good enough. Over 103 long, stop under 167 cents on the RJF. And last but not least is the YUM. Has a weekly buy setup. Like it over the base. Okay, so right here, not sure what the exact number is. If you're, so it should be over 127.26, it looks like. So let's say 127.30. Stop under the base, which is 124.70. Target about 135. It's a weekly buy setup. By the way, if you're a subscriber, feel free to log on to your T3 Live account and you'll see which plays I picked for the newsletter and for my own account, okay, to play swing tomorrow. The shorts, I like AVTR, is got a sell setup on the daily chart. It looks really beautiful on the hourly chart. See that breakdown that's coming? So under the base, stop above it. Now, what happens if the stock tomorrow goes up instead of down? Do I still short it? No, absolutely not. Only if it breaks the support. Only if it breaks down, basically. And the entry point would be under 37.90, 94. Usually I like to give them a little bit of room so I don't get tagged by a cent or two. And then stop over $39. And target 1 would be 36.50, the prior low. And target 2, the 200 MA on the daily chart, around $34. Okay, so that's the AVTR. AVYA looks beautiful, but is this an ADR? Maybe not. It looks like it gaps quite a bit. I like it short. It triggered already on Friday. I didn't see it, so a little bit late, but only about 10 cents late, under 18.43 short, and then the stop really should be over 19.57. So under this red bar short, if it breaks under it, and then the stop would go over 19.57. CAR is going a little climactic. I called the UPST short for the first time on the way up on last week. I'm not sure which day, this day basically. And it triggered short under the bar's low, and we may have gotten in, at the top. So CAR is another stock that's going a little climactic. And then also PLD is a little bit climactic. So as a short, okay? And then there's one more, which is the, not sure, yeah, it's the REXR. Now, a climactic sell setup is when the stock goes up, and then accelerates, goes vertical, okay? Like the HX, but of course it was hard to borrow. So up, and then starts to print wide range bars. That's the capitulation. That's the extreme greed. Everybody wants to be in it at any cost, and then it runs out of demand fairly quickly, and it just collapses because there's no more buyers. And so a lot of stocks, when they go nuts, when they go absolutely crazy, like this one, like the DWAC last week, right? They become hard to borrow. You can't short them. But these, they're not like as crazy as the other ones. That's just a small move up. So I like it as a counter trend trade. REXR, PLD, which I don't even have on the list. Okay, and then CAR. Now, of the three, I like CAR the most because it didn't pull back. Notice how the REXR pulled back. That means, you know, a lot of the buyers already, the ones that were in it, already exited. So there's not as much saturation, so to speak. So I like climactics that go up and then go vertical without pulling back at all. So in the case of the REXR, in the case of the PLD, they pulled back a little bit. So they're not as good as the CAR. The problem with the CAR is that it didn't really accelerate that much. So that's the issue. But I still like it under 164.80 by 172.70 and target about 140. Okay. HEPS is a base breakdown. This stock is so bearish and is basing at the lows. So under the lows, stop above the red bar's high. So it would be under 496, stop over 543. Okay, safer would be to put the stop over 580, but that doubles it almost. KPTI, it triggered already, it triggered last week. Still looks good to me as a short, as a weekly sell setup. It just needs to take out Friday's low, which is 513, I believe, 514. So under 514, stop over the base if you'd like, over 560. And then RELY, I played this and it was really nice, and it, just for 2 days held it, went climactic, covered it. I wasn't really sure if it was going to continue lower or not, but it went climactic intraday and I jumped out at 36 something. I don't remember the exact price, but it was at 36 something is where I got out. And then I got lucky because it went right back up. Probably would have stopped me out. My stop was over 39, I believe. No, over 41, over this bar's high. Yeah, so it would have stopped me out, and then collapsed and now has a base. So I like it under the base short, stop above it. Okay, so I like it short under 33.77, stop over 35, $36. So under 33.77, stop over 36, and then it's at all-time low. I don't have a target for it. REXR, and oh, we talked about it. That's another climactic short. So under the last daily low, which is 65.19, stop over 66.02. The VGFC is basing at the lows, looks lower. It's a low price stock, but does look lower. So I like it under this bar's low, which is $1.67. Stop over 183. Safer would be over 193, 192, and then target would be about $1.15, about $1.15. Okay, Viacom, wow, it's been basing at the lows and finally maybe breaking down. So I wish this was a better bar. Like it, you know, it wasn't a bottoming tail bar. It didn't leak out of Thursday's low, out of Thursday's bar. I wish it would have stayed in the bottom third. That would have been a perfect 1, 2, 3. But I think it's still okay if it breaks under 36.90 as a short with a stop over 37.86. So it's about $1 stop, and then target on this would be I would say $30. It's really between 27 to 30 would be the target, but I would say $30 on the Viacom. And last but not least is the ZY. It already triggered, but see that base, and then if you look at the weekly, that triggered already. It should have been shorted under $11. So it's about 50 cents late at least, but it still looks lower. This is similar to the KPTI, so I like it short if it breaks under 10, but it's late. Stop over 11.30. It's not one of the ones that I picked, but it really does look lower. All right, so that was it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and hope you're doing well. I will talk to you if you're in the room. I'll speak to you tomorrow morning. If not, I will speak to you next week. But thank you so much for sticking around till the end. As always, if you have any questions for us, please email customer service info@t3live.com. And if you found benefit in today's video, please be sure to hit the like button. That helps us out a lot. Thank you so much, and take care, everybody. Ciao.